News! Tonight, old man named as European City of Culture, frozen lasagna found in Queen's underskirts, and what's the point? No one's watching this anyway. Get a grip and wind your neck in, girlfriend. The long-running saga of the haunted cheese grater of Paris came to an abrupt and sickly end last week. The grater, said to have been haunted by the ghost of Marilyn Monroe, viciously attacked Mr. Clement Fleur in his sleep. Eerie cries of, "I want to be loved by you, do-do-be-do," were reported by passers-by. Jacques Leflap, 23, Mr. Fleur's neighbour and close friend, said today, "It was horrible, just horrible. I mean, the grater's been fine in the past, quite chatty in fact. I don't know why it would just attack him like that." Evidence is beginning to emerge that seems to suggest that Mr. Fleur was having an illicit affair with his toaster, which was said to be haunted by the ghost of Eric Morecambe. Mr. Laflap said, "Well, he was very two-faced, I guess, and now he hasn't got any faces at all." The lacerations to Mr. Fleur's face and body were so severe that the coroners that arrived on the scene didn't even realise that there was a problem. "We were called out to the scene," said one of them on Wednesday, "and all we could see were bits of flecky stuff everywhere. I mean, I said to Dave, my mate, it looks like someone's been eating pastry in here, didn't I, eh?" To which his friend Dave replied, "Yeah, mate, you did." The coroner recorded a verdict of death by misadventure. A damning report on the state of British television was issued yesterday. Mrs. Doris Trout, 87, described the output of the main terrestrial channels as rubbish. She did, however, have some praise, describing gardener Alan Titchmarsh as having beautiful hair. Mrs. Trout announced the results of her year-long survey to her friend Mrs. Ethel Kango, 80, at a bus stop in Peckham, South London. The BBC has not yet responded to the report, but an ITV spokesman told the News, "Obviously we shall consider her criticisms, but I think it's fair to say at this stage that we don't envisage employing Alan Titchmarsh to read the news, present the weather, do the continuity announcements and host You've Been Framed, for God's sakes." The News invited Mrs. Trout for an interview, but she declined, saying the content of this programme was putrid. The Metropolitan Police are to replace safety cameras with Japanese tourists. The Commissioner said there's already a Japanese tourist taking a picture on every street in London, sometimes more than one. They're low maintenance, polite, reliable, and already there. The Met plans to phase in the new Jap cams by the end of next year. Firstly, all Gatsos will be replaced by Heroes. They will be equipped with Sony digital cameras and 1 terabyte USB cards that aren't even on sale in Britain yet. They will have the latest face recognition software. Next, we will introduce a wave of geishas. They will be targeted at young male drivers and be marketed with the slogan, "Smile and click." Thirdly, and my favourite, will be the top-of-the-range Ninja cameras, which will be trained at defending themselves against angry motorists. We're planning to put them in trouble spots like Brixton. The use of human cameras is not new. In the 1970s, when inflation in Italy was in triple figures, many Italians offered their services as speeding cameras in parts of the southeast. Unfortunately, the plan failed when none of them turned up for work. French cams are being used in some parts of the country. They're fitted with loudspeakers and question passers-by about their paternity. If Jap cams prove successful, they'll be altered to provide other services. For example, when a road needs to be blocked, a sumo cam could be used. And that's all from us tonight, but I'll leave you with a quick weather report. It's spitting, everyone inside, it's spitting. Now, stop looking at me.